So let me ask you this. When's the last time you pulled up to a railroad track that didn't have warning signals that a train could be coming? You know, the blinking red lights and the arms that come down to stop the traffic? And if they don't have arms that come down and stop the traffic, they have the blinking red lights. Remember? The two blinking red lights on either side? When's the last time you took medication and it didn't have a warning label on it? Instructions on how to take the medication. When's the last time you went swimming in the ocean and they didn't have warning signs to tell you there are poisonous jellyfish in the water? Caution. Don't go down to this end. There's jellyfish in the water. Poisonous jellyfish. Or there's sharks in the water. You know, a warning signal that you might be headed toward danger. How about a field that has mines in it? How about poisonous water? Danger! This water is contaminated. How much more so is it necessary to have a warning signal up when there's a pedophile in the congregation looking for young mothers and children to molest? And whose fault is it when there's no signs up? So this is the reason I'm taking the time to make these videos. There are a lot of details involved, and people tend to form opinions before they really hear the facts and the details about the situation, because nobody wants to believe that this kind of thing could really happen. And I guess you could say that my target isn't people on the outside, it's people on the inside. There are people inside the organization who can't even fathom that something like this happened, who can't even believe that something like this could actually happen. This story that I've been explaining on here for quite some time. It's bewitching. I mean, the things that happen to me are they're just bewitching. You know, everything that a person should do, I did. I did everything I could think of at the time as a young person and as a new convert in the Jehovah's Witness organization to try to get myself out of the situation. And I was ignored. I tried to be heard, but at the same time being taught new things, particularly being taught that you don't lean on your own thinking. You lean on God's thinking. But yet, when you're new, how are you supposed to know what God's thinking is on everything? I love this quote that I've come up with over the years. You know, the old adage, 2 wrongs don't make it right. Well, in this case, 150 wrongs make it right. You see, the whole thing started with the brothers trying to find a wife for a known pedophile. That was where this whole problem originated. That was their first mistake, is that they were going to find this disgusting person, this disgusting homosexual pedophile, a wife, no matter what. And I'm going to guarantee you that even if I had went to them and asked them for more information about him after what he told me about himself, I guarantee you they wouldn't have told me. They had to protect him, and they had to find him a wife. Everything seems so prearranged. It's just got this very clear ringing of a bell of prearranged. Betrothed. They weren't going to let me out of this. They wanted me to marry him. All the evidence points to this. And that's why there's so much detail in this situation that I want to make sure gets across to all of the listeners that this is a situation where a new convert who, just like a person that gets out of the shower and they haven't dried off yet, before I had an opportunity to dry off, they let him cross my path. And they gave him 100% of their support to get a wife. And I had a little girl who was invisible. Any one of Jehovah's Witnesses can feel free who went to Pacific Heights in 1983 and 84. Anybody who was an elder, anybody who was an elder's wife, anybody who was a teenager or a young married couple who was watching, publishers, because this is actually what was going on in the Pacific Heights Independence, Missouri congregation back in 1984 when I was subjected to a pedophile. My question is this, simply put, why was that choice put in front of me in the first place? Different ones have said, well, that was your choice. It was your choice to marry him or not. So my question is this. Why was that choice put in front of me in the first place? All you have to do is take a quarter and look at both sides of it. You look at one side, and then you flip it over, you look at the other side. Very simple. Very simple. Why was he given the choice to find a young wife with a child? Why was he allowed to pursue me? Why was he allowed to pursue anybody with his past? Your answer, please? What I'm doing in these videos is I am removing every shred of blame off of me. I was not to blame. No, I will not accept one more ounce, one more drop of the blame for marrying somebody who I only had a pinch of information about when an entire congregation had the whole lump sum of his past, and they were deliberately trying to get him a wife. And to boot, they gave him a wife with a pre-made family. That gave him opportunity to produce more children, especially boys. And he specifically asked me to go to the couple that was chaperoning us to learn how to get a boy. Oh, you wait till late in your ovulation to have sex, because all the little boy spermies take longer to get up there to the ovum to fertilize the egg. That's what she told me. That's what Lori Corson told me. To get a boy. Remember that, Lori? Yeah, because my husband, who was the known pedophile, homosexual pedophile, he wanted a boy. Well, he got his boy. Thank you, Lori and Jerry Corson. He got his boy, who is now deceased. You used him for everything you could get out of him. And it's your fault. It ain't my fault. Nope. It's not my fault. I won't take one drop of the blame for it. No, I won't. They came and knocked on my door. I did not come and knock on your door. You got that? Remember what I showed you? It's the honest to God truth. And if you think you can prove that it's not true, I dare you to come forward. Prove it. Prove that what I'm saying on these videos is not true. I dare you. Come forward and prove me wrong. Jerry Corson did not know prior to me marrying David Bartram that he was a homo pedo and that he was protecting his sons? Why would he need to protect his sons after him and I were married? There was no reason for that. Why would he have found out about Dave being a homosexual pedophile after him and I were married? Then how come I didn't get wind of that? You see, there's a lot of secrets going on. This is the honest to God truth. I swear it in Jehovah's name. So help me God. If this is not true, come forward and prove me wrong. I dare you.
That's really funny.